and welcome to my pick a card channel, the Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy. I'm here with a pick a card reading for you today. Big welcome back to my returning subscribers. Thank you guys so much for your presence here. Thank you so much for your beautiful, kind comments as well underneath my readings this month. I want to congratulate this month's winner of the free tarot reading, and I do offer a chance for my subscribers to win a free tarot reading as a thank you from me for your presence here on this channel. And all you have to do is drop your comment below, hit your notification bell, your like button, your share button. It helps me to bring you guys more content, but it also helps me to notify you if you are chosen the winner, and we can get the ball rolling. So be sure to do that. If you are new to the channel, be sure to drop your comment as well. If you've stumbled across the channel for the very first time, we welcome you. Please join our beautiful soul family. We have amazing subscribers here, and our job is to just help each other get home. That's what we're here to do, walking each other home. So if you're into tarot, if you like pick a cards, please pull up and get cozy. We're going to have a little chat today because we're all friends when we gather around my table. For today's topic, we're talking about the person on your mind and what was left unsaid between the two of you. So this may be a no contact at this time. We do have 3 piles to choose from today. Pile number 1 with the red stone and the high priestess. Pile number 2 with the green adventurine and the hermit. I believe this is a red jasper, but don't quote me. Pile 2 with the green adventurine and the hermit card. And pile number 3 with the chariot and the lapis lazuli. Whichever pile or piles are calling out to you, there may be messages waiting from spirit, and my timestamps are listed below. And I'm going to jump right into pile number 1. Again, today's topic is all about the person in your mind, perhaps in no contact, and what was left unsaid between the two of you. Pile number 1. Hello, pile number 1. You are drawn to the red stone or to the high priestess, and this is your reading. What was left unsaid between the two of you? This person on your mind in no contact, perhaps. The high priestess sits upon ancient wisdom codes and sits upon information they know to be true, but perhaps sometimes is a little too shy or too quiet to bring it up to the surface. They are highlighting this beautiful tiger as well, which can be a symbol of the divine feminine and taking a risk. So they never expressed this risk when it came to their truth of how they viewed you. The divine feminine represents everything abundant. You don't even have to be the divine feminine to be represented by this card, because it's all about energy. It has nothing to do with gender. This is just about somebody who thought that you were it for them. You were everything. You were abundance manifested, and they were just too afraid to bring it up. Even though they knew it to be true, they were perhaps waiting for the perfect moment or waiting for empowerment to show up, and empowerment maybe never showed up for them. So let's take a look here. What was left unsaid between the two of you? Ooh, we have an explosion. With the hermit coming in the reversal, this feels like a bit of a cycle that this person may have gotten themselves into, because it's like I keep repeating the same mistake over and over and over again and expecting different results, but I'm not getting anywhere. And when push comes to shove, this person might have a habit of isolating themselves instead of taking action when they have issues, when they have problems. It's kind of like I'm hearing a phone ringing, but I'm seeing somebody like running away from the phone. It's like somebody who avoids things, and it sort of costs them dearly. We have the Ace of Pentacles. They're also saying that there was plenty of opportunity for them to say how they felt or to act. There was nothing physically in their way. We have the King of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, a lot of Virgo energy coming through as well. The 8 of Swords. And we have the 3 of Swords. Back of the deck, we have the 4 of Swords. They're also showing the death energy. First of all, this person really felt like they had more time. They felt like they had more time to be able to execute. There was plenty of opportunity. They were being strategic. There was like a back and forth, almost cat and mouse game perhaps, that was happening in this connection in the past. And so they were being strategic. They thought that their strategy would work out, but they kept repeating the strategy of holding back, of resisting, of not taking that risk. And that strategy did not pan out for them. And I feel like as if they were telling themselves, well, I'm going to get rejected, or I'm not going to gain anything here. And it became a self-fulfilling prophecy because they never acted, so they felt that rejection. Because now the reality is that you're gone, and they feel that opportunity slipping away even further with every passing moment, every passing day. It's not just that you're gone, it's that they're worried that not only has time run out once, they're worried energetically it's going to run out again. Nine of Swords coming out, along with that Ace of Pentacles, lots of opportunity. But they retreated from it, and that was a huge mistake. And that's something that they wish that they could rectify now. It's like expressing to you, I know I made a huge mistake. What I wanted to express to you was my true depth of emotion. And if we're dealing with the true depth of emotion, and we have the King of Cups here in the center of the reading, as I said, they could be a water sign. But regardless, Page of Swords, this person is very emotional in nature. The King of Cups harbors a lot of love. And so there could be love here that they wish that they could have expressed to you. We have the Two of Wands coming out with the Page. The Page wanted to show up like this, so this is how we're going to put him down as well. I feel a lot was left unsaid because they were ill-equipped to say it. They didn't have the language. They didn't have the experience. They had plenty of prompts and plenty of inspiration to express themselves, but instead of acting, they just watched. Instead of doing, they were just a watcher in the experience. They are giving me an essence of school age or school. You may have gone to school with this person, high school, university, college. Of course, you don't have to. They just spent a lot of time watching you and worrying about it all, like overthinking. You made them incredibly nervous. This almost feels like a shy person to begin with, someone who doesn't exactly wear their heart on their sleeve. Because they were passive, and they may have given you the impression that they weren't interested in that way. They may have just been a friend. They also feel like, for some, they were stuck in a friend zone with you. And that was something that was left unsaid too, was that in the midst of this friend group, you were the one that set yourself apart. You were the one that they noticed. And they never told you that they wanted more than friendship. And they know that they put themselves in that position. They know that they fueled a friendship. They know that they continue to invest in a friendship instead of investing in a further opportunity, which is the relationship, is what they wanted to do. They wanted a relationship. That was what was left unsaid. And now they're still too focused on the loss instead of being focused on the solution of that truth and that epiphany that has hit them hard. They were too afraid to reach out and tell you how they felt, that this was not a friendship for them, that this was a relationship for them, or they wanted it to be a relationship, but they didn't have the language, the experience, the courage to step outside of that watcher position and be an active participant. And there's the death energy again, death with the Four of Swords. And that's the reality, is that, and I keep hearing that song by NSYNC, Gone. And only NSYNC fans will hear that, know that song. It's just this, it's gone, gone, gone. And I feel like a lot has changed for this person. They're no longer meek. They're no longer quiet. They have established things in their life, but some things never change. And part of what has never changed is where you left them. They feel like there's no closure or clarity between the two of you. And part of them just is like wishing that they could have that. It's like, I just want you to know that this was not friendship for me. I just want you to know how I was feeling in the past of this connection. And I want you to know that I feel stupid for not taking advantage of the opportunity when I had that chance. But part of that desire for closure is almost a form of self-inflicting torture because we can't go back to yesterday to rectify that. So this closure energy that they keep expressing might just be an attempt to keep the energy and the wheel in motion. What was left unsaid, please? And I don't feel like this would be a surprise to you. They brought my attention back to the High Priestess and sitting upon information we already know. So this information you may have already known. You may have already experienced the reality of this person wanting more than friendship. Maybe you were right there beside them with that fear of that launch. We have here nature, communication, flower energies, fairy energies, and elemental messengers. They also feel in the present moment, and you may also be able to relate to this, but they also feel like they can feel your energy. There also was like an unspoken, sort of unspoken language that was happening between the two of you at the time. It happened with looks. It happened with flirtation. They were hoping that the natural progression of events would lead to a relationship, but they ran out of time. And now we have mortality, and that's the reality that hits them. There's a grief here, a reality that hits them very, very harshly. They know that they should be healing from this aspect, but they still don't know what to do with it, because we have this egg that's cracked, but it's not broken, and it holds all of the potential. So they still feel like there was all of that potential, that it just needed incubation. And now they want to know, did you feel that too? It's like they want justification. It says, look closely, ask questions, and think before acting. That's what got them into this pickle in the first place, was thinking too much before acting. And that's the lesson that they are still dealing with or grappling with in the present moment. What was left unsaid, please, for pile number 1? I'm afraid to contact you. I'm afraid to tell you how I feel. And I know that I messed it all up. I wonder if you're happy without me. They want to know if you've moved on, if you still feel the same way, if you're having a difficult time moving on just like they are. I almost feel like there was a sense of them waiting for you to say something too, or waiting for you to act. You speak to me through music. They still feel your energy through this nature communication. I also feel like if you have a name that's associated with like a brand or something, that they see your name often, because I'm getting a sense of like seeing your name and having constant reminders of you. So your name could be closely related to some type of brand or something that's seen in the world. That's specifically for someone, that's not for everyone. I am becoming a better person. I have evolved, and it was my fault, but I did blame you for a time. So sometimes they would pass the buck when it comes to whose fault it was that we were brought to this situation, to all of this uncertainty in the first place. Let's get a few more messages, please. What was left unsaid between the two of you? What do they wish that they could say? Memories of us now keep me going. And I wish that we could turn back time. We have wake up call coming out with, we are not on the same level. I do not deserve you. And the wake up call is like the judgment energy of self-doubt, critical judgment, somebody who lets their own insecurities get in the way. The truth is that I'm missing you right this second. What was left unsaid, please? And the last time I saw you, it crushed me. They may have seen you with others. They may have seen you from afar. I don't feel like they approached you the very last time they saw you. Where have you been? And the truth is, we have 2. The truth is, you are so attracted to me. Can you forgive me for hiding this truth, for not expressing it the way I should have or had the time to? And back of the deck says, oh, it's so innocent. It says, I think I'm in love with you, on the back of that deck. I almost feel like this was established before this person really knew what love was, pile 1. But let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 1. The last thought that they had for pile 1 in the bowl, please. King of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. And we have the Queen of Cups. Oh my goodness. I think of like mom and dad when I see the King and Queen of Cups like this. So children could be a factor at this point in time. You may have been children when you met, for instance, but they're also speaking about hidden love. Love that stands the test of time, love that is still being held onto by both parties. But both people are unaware. Feels like both people are unaware. There is a certain amount of dependence that they have on their environment in this moment. You may also be sharing this experience as well, where you have a lot of dependence in your practical realm, or a lot of people are dependent upon you. So their thoughts of you are mixed with that, mixed with the way other people depend upon them, and mixed with how they have to share that loyalty or split that loyalty in half. In the bowl today, we have the rat, the ego. And look at how the rat is holding on to its tail like it's nervous about something. It was the ego that stopped them from taking leaps of faith. We have K, W, K, and C. We have old fairy tales and some unrealistic expectations towards reunions. There was a certain amount of back and forth flirtation with the two music notes and the potential for so much beautiful music to be made, but there was no actual action, a feeling of stuckness with the wheel reversed. And somebody who has had the opportunity to look at things from a higher perspective with the Pegasus. And we have the the strength ruin, powerfully overcoming forces against us. All right, pile number 1, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates with you. If it does, please drop your comment below for a chance to win a reading with me. You can also check out my link for Etsy for a personal reading if you feel called to, and that link is below as well. I also have just some fun links for TikTok and Instagram down there too. I do offer a chance to win a free mini read on occasion on Instagram and TikTok, so be sure to check me out as well. But I hope that you have a beautiful day, and I hope that you have a great week. Hello, pile number 2. You were drawn to the Green Adventurine or to the Hermit, and this is your reading. What was left unsaid between you and the person on your mind today? So this could be in no contact. The Hermit is ruled by Virgo energy, and you can see that it's a tortoise that has retreated into the shell. They're still holding on to this flame, and the flame here, they're even highlighting the fact that this is one of those old, like, oil lamps as well. It's like old-fashioned, like oil lamps for some reason too, so that could resonate with you in some way. This could be a long-standing type of connection. There could have been no contact for quite a while here. And the tortoise, it doesn't navigate the water. So this is a very practically rooted person, perhaps. Maybe they didn't understand the spiritual aspect of this connection in the past, because that just wasn't in their wheelhouse. That wasn't a part of their upbringing in some way. You can see the Hermit is retreating, and the Hermit in and of itself does retreat into meditative energies, does retreat from some of takes baby steps towards their actions as well. So there's a sense of them holding back quite a bit in how they truly feel about this connection, and perhaps hiding. They could be quite a homebody too. And for someone watching, I'm feeling a sense of like the military, like somebody who had to develop a sense of self or had to develop a sense of independence because of a military background, or maybe being moved around a lot as a child. So please take that as it resonates. But let's take a look here. What was left unsaid, please, for pile number 2? We have the 4 of Wands. The Ace of Cups. The 10 of Pentacles. The Knight of Swords is being followed up by the King of Cups. I keep hearing that song by Adele, Rolling in the Deep. We could have had it all. I honestly, I feel like this person feels like they didn't express their love to you. It feels like they had this love inside of themselves and they didn't express it. They didn't take action upon it. They felt like you loved them too, but that you didn't express that either. That you both took this slow, practical approach, and that just did not serve the connection at all. Here's the Knight of Wands, and there's the Lovers. And there's the Six of Swords. First of all, it's not even about what went unsaid in this connection. It's also about what went undone. in this connection. It's like we maybe didn't cross that finish line when it came to physical action together. There's a threshold that we reached and we didn't achieve what we needed to achieve. So it's not even just about what they didn't say, it's about what they didn't express in so many different ways for you, pile 2. They wanted to show you how they felt even in the past. They didn't even want to say it, they wanted to show you. But I feel like that's a comfort thing for them. I feel like that's their way of maintaining a certain amount of emotional, what they would call emotional safety. It doesn't actually save them from anything. They feel like one moment could have changed everything, and one moment, one passionate exchange could have led to commitments. Like, that's what they're saying. We could have had it all. We could be in a commitment cycle right now if I had just expressed myself, if I had just taken action, if we had just taken action, because it feels very collaborative with that 4 of Wands. Here, yeah, there's the 2 of Swords. It's like I was way too passive. I sat upon my laurels. I didn't act upon how I was truly feeling, and I turned my back towards it. I feel like they weren't comfortable expressing themselves. It's like they just weren't comfortable expressing themselves at the time in an emotional way. Maybe they didn't know how, but they weren't comfortable expressing themselves at the time. It doesn't mean they weren't feeling it. We have the Page of Swords. There is some similarities to pile number 1 with this pile 2. There may be messages waiting for you there. Here's the Knight of Wands supporting that 10 of Pentacles. And they're still trying to protect that potential, despite the fact that they may have moved into other commitment cycles, or you may have in this moment. It doesn't matter, because they're saying that despite there being new home and new attitudes, perhaps, they have more experience now, they're still trying to protect this in some way. They're trying to protect that potential, protect that feeling that they have. They still feel like there are bones to pick here. They still have thirst for you in the present day. But this thirst is coming from, sometimes in the past, they jumped to conclusions and they thought that this thirst was just a sexual desire, it was just an attraction, but they've come to recognize what that thirst means for them. It's like they've had to compare it, but they've come to learn what that feeling inside of them that they had for you in the past, what that actually means. Because now they're recognizing that they turned their back on love. They turned their back on the potential for more love, the potential to explore more love with you. And now they're not at peace because they don't know what that feels like. They want to learn what your love feels like. I do feel like their loyalty and their ability to protect this connection is being hidden from other people. We have here the 6 of Wands. And ultimately, they do feel like both of you were wearing masks. They do feel like both of you are haunted by this connection, even present day. That could just be a proclamation. That could be wishful thinking. I'm just projecting what they are feeling inside of their hearts. I could be wrong. Or I'm sorry, they could be wrong about it. But that's how they feel, that you're both suffering, you're both wearing masks, and you were both wearing masks in the past. They want to believe that you also cared very deeply for them, that there's love there for you. And that there, again, is a mutual sense of loss. Despite, even in upgrades, even if we've upgraded, even if we have a lot to be thankful for, that there's still a reality and grief surrounding the loss for both of us. We have the 8 of Pentacles. And this beautiful card here, you can see the little ghost is cleaning out the pumpkin. It's not even finished yet, taking out all of those innards. So they haven't finished making room. They haven't finished making room. They haven't cleared out all of the clutter yet. This connection still represents work that they feel like they have to do. And there's the 8 of Cups with the 2 of Pentacles. They also are surprised by the fact that it wasn't easier to let you go. They had a little bit of a false confidence leading to the outcome. And honestly, I'm just focused on the fact that that sun is winking. They're still holding space for you. It's like, I don't feel like they're 100% satisfied where they're at in life right now, and that's what brings their attention back to this connection. And they're still holding space for you. They don't know how or when they'll be able to push through to take that inspiration to create some type of clarity between the two of you, but they feel inspired. They know that there's still challenges and now is not the time to approach you, but they still feel inspired to express some of the things that they didn't express in the past. But especially for this pile number 2, I do really sense somebody who feels like you guys didn't do enough as well. It's not just about what they didn't express, it's about what the actions they didn't take towards you. Yeah, we have a moment's regret here, nostalgia, idolizing the past, and fearing that you've made a mistake. And the 16 comes in like an epiphany, like the Tower energy, like a eureka moment. And they can't get that moment back. It's also very permanent. They idolize the past because they're comparing it to a present energy, which doesn't feel as fulfilling in this moment. We also have lead the way. Be the leader, show others how it's done, and you can help others. And in this moment, there's Alice, and she is coaxing out, she's tickling the chin of the dodo bird, which is a symbol of extinction. And there's a sense about worrying that it's coming to a close. They don't want to surrender to that truth. It's like they hope that there will be clarity between the two of you. I almost feel like they hoped that you would express yourself in some way in the past. That's still an energy that they do hold on to, a hope that they do hold on to. Back of the deck says all must have its prizes, trying to please everyone, and it's 13. And I always think of a salt shaker with this symbol and with the dodo bird again. It's like worrying about what has to happen in order for there to be clarity in your connection now. The 10 of Pentacles is right in the center of the reading. There could be commitment cycles in present day, and that might be the prize. And that's the salt in the wound. It's like either way, there's loss. I either lose this connection and lose my ability to express myself here, or I lose something practical that I have invested in. Let's get some message cards here. What was left unsaid between the two of you? We have here, I replay everything that happened in my mind. And this is coming from the Cottage Masculine Oracle. You can find that available below. I'm afraid of rejection. And that's what caused this can of worms in the first place, is somebody who took too passive of an approach. I still feel jealous over you. I don't want anyone to get hurt. That could be the salt in the wound, and all have its prizes. That's why they retreat in the present moment and yet still hold on this light, this nostalgia from the past. Please don't give up on us. I feel like this person feels as though they are working on a solution or working on being a leader in this situation. I wish that I had been more honest with you and expressed how I truly felt, is on the back of that deck. Now let's get some more messages. What was left unsaid, please, for pile number 2? What are you doing right now? Because they're still curious about what you're experiencing, and they still want to know if you're holding on the way that they're holding on. And they could be completely wrong about that, but they hope that they're not. Do you even remember me? You make it easy to fall in love with you. And are you in love right now? Because you make it easy to fall in love with you, they are assuming that you are in another connection. They're assuming that no one would let you slip through their fingers other than them. You have made me so happy. But sometimes I feel like I have lost you forever. It says there's no going back now. And it's not even that they necessarily want to go back to the past, but they do feel like there is still potential that they could correct in the future. Pile number 2. How do they truly feel, please? What was left unsaid between the two of them? Getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond will deepen. And I feel like the more they got to know you, the harder it almost was to express themselves to you. And now we have healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. And we have make the effort. Great love is worth the steps you're guided to take. I do feel like there could be a family for someone watching here with the Ten of Pentacles in present day as an obstacle for them coming forward in this moment. That is one of the ways or the reasons why they pump their brakes so much, but they also still feel inspired here. They have not closed the door. They don't want you to give up on the connection either, but they also are recognizing and acknowledging the challenge it might take to achieve a bridge in this gap. Let's get a charm bowl for pile number 2, please. The last thoughts they had today about pile number 2. What was left unsaid? Missed the bowl. Page of Wands reversed. 9 of Wands. Somebody who held back. They're speaking about somebody who was very immature and who handled the opportunity in a very immature way by not revealing the truth. And they've come full circle with understanding now about holding back, and now they're kind of frustrated with themselves. In the bowl today, we have the letter E and S. We have the High Priestess. I also think of the heart chakra for the Divine Feminine. We have the Nine of Cups, so someone who is crushing on you quite a bit, or you could still have a crush on this person presently as well. This is a wish fulfillment energy, somebody who had a wish associated with you. And how I feel about you makes my heart long to be free with Sagittarius. Oops. All right, pile number 2, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates with you. If it does, please drop your comment below for a chance to win a free reading with me. You can also check out my link for Etsy for a personal reading if you feel called to, and I do update that shop daily. You can also check out my other links for Instagram, for TikTok, they're below there as well. And I just hope that you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day. Hello, pile number 3, you were drawn to the Lapis Lazuli or to the Chariot, and this is your reading. What was left unsaid between the two of you in this connection on your mind? The Chariot is ruled by Cancer energy, and there's something about wanting momentum, wanting to take action, wanting movement here, but perhaps letting their past interfere with their future, letting insecurities that are creeping in as a crutch, using some type of crutch system to anchor them in this connection when there should have been movement. And I feel like there was like a lack of self-confidence that came into play as well here. What was left unsaid in pile number 3, please? We have the Star of Aquarius coming out for you. The Page of Wands. Oh my goodness. First of all, you are the focus of this movie. You are the star here. You are the main character. They felt too vulnerable to tell you that. And I honestly feel like you were felt too vulnerable to put yourself in that position. It's like you don't think of yourself like that. You don't have that high of self-esteem or that high of a confidence about yourself. But that doesn't shake how other people perceive you. And they were, like, I feel like using the word crush is too minimal. We have the Seven of Cups. Because I feel like they almost perpetuated confusion for themselves and for you. It's like it was so much easier to just look at you than it was for them to take action upon you. It was just easier for them to fantasize about this. They feel very green to me. It's like they don't feel like they have a lot of experience. Even this page, even though he's fire, he's dressed in green and blue. I feel like this is a very sensitive person. They definitely could be a Cancer energy. And there's something with Cancer energies, they love belonging. You know, a Cancer energy as a partner are a wonderful partner to have. They're very emotional, but they're a wonderful partner to have because they want to cultivate a sense of belonging. They hate being excluded from things. And so there's something about this fear of that, keeping myself in confusion because I do not want to get rejected because my heart can't take it. Because you were representing abundance, empowerment, that they didn't feel like they had, no experience, very green. And this has been a big lesson for them. Like they've learned from this. This was a lesson that stung a little bit, a bit of a bittersweet lesson that came in. We have the Queen of Swords. They may have also given you the impression that they kind of jumped from attraction to attraction, like they were very flighty. And I don't think that was an honest reflection of their character. I think they were very inexperienced. I feel like they were a bit of a flirt, but I don't think they had a lot of experience to back up what they were saying. We have the Ace of Cups coming in. Back of the deck is the Nine of Wands. And there's the Knight of Swords. And you can see this knight is all armored up, wearing a huge big red mask, acting really empowered, maybe acting really confident, but there was no confidence underneath it all. And they held back from expressing themselves fully. They took too long, I should say. They know that they had intentions, but they took too long. There was a certain amount of competition that they felt for your focus. There may have also been a feeling of like competition for them, just feeling like they were keeping up with life or keeping up with their friend group in some way. Because we have the Two of Pentacles, we have the Knight of Cups. And I'm even looking here now at the Knight of Pentacles as well. And they're highlighting, like, I was reliable. You could have depended upon me to eventually get there, but I ran out of time. Here with that Seven of Pentacles, it's like I thought I had more time. I hesitated to be vulnerable. I hesitated to bring forward an offer. I feel like what really was left unsaid here was literally an offer for a relationship, an offer for a date, an offer to explore. They wasted the chance. And now they're still holding space. Because part of them, it's almost like muscle memory. They don't know how to let go of the hope of that. The Chariot, Cancer energy. And it also feels like they brought themselves to the point of saying something when they were so close. That they, in some ways, revealed themselves to you, but you didn't catch on, or you just ignored what they were saying because it wasn't a full out, it wasn't a complete outright expression of how they felt. It wasn't it wasn't a confession. But they feel like they had kind of gave you hints, or they were revealing themselves over and over and over again. But just not obvious enough. Because they left it up to confusion. They left it up in the air. And what they really left unsaid was the fact that they wanted this connection, that they wanted to take action, that they didn't want friendship, they didn't want anything other than a relationship, that they were very attracted to you. And the attraction feels unmatched. That's something that they didn't express to you, is that the attraction feels unmatched, that they weighed you up against all the other attractions. They also are expressing too the fact that they felt like you were too good for them. You were way out of their league. They didn't want to, and I feel like they don't want to cross a line with you now. They don't want to create havoc in any situation. If you have invested in other realms, for instance, or if you have moved into a commitment status, they don't want to affect that or create any upheaval. For some reason, I'm getting a message surrounding like coming from divorced parents, or divorces in general being a theme, perhaps in the past, perhaps now, but please take that as it resonates. We have the World and we have the Devil. They could be trying to avoid that type of upheaval for the Divine Feminine, or they could be trying to avoid that upheaval for themselves right now. We do have the Devil, Capricorn, with the Queen of Swords here as back of deck. And I feel they are saying that they could be watching you online potentially, because they feel like they are privy to what's going on in your life. So if you are in a commitment status now, or if you do have a connection right now that you're investing in, they seem to have knowledge of that. And that's why they hold back presently. If you don't have that invested right now, they think that you do, and that's enough to hold them back, because they care enough about you that they don't want to wreak havoc. But this is also giving themselves your status, their assumptions about your status is giving them the permission to procrastinate even presently. Because even now with the Lovers and the Knight of Wands, someone wants to take action, but someone doesn't want to get in the way of a relationship that already might be present. And so the desires just lay in a state of limbo. It's not over for this person. I should say it's not over in the least. There's no death cycle here. There's no Ten of Swords here. This person doesn't even feel close to being done holding on to this connection. It doesn't matter how long it's been. It doesn't feel over for them. Because the Ace of Cups is still about this new initiation, wanting to establish a new emotional perspective so that we can in the very least get closure over that aspect of it. Like maybe we can't have closure in the physical department, but we can in the very least hope to get closure in the emotional attachments, the emotional insecurities that have left us feeling confused. We have curiouser and curiouser, discovery, inquiry, weirdness, and curiosity. They're showing the white glove, and they're showing like the white glove in reference to like testing for dust. Has the dust settled, for instance? They're also showing it in the form of complacency and status. So holding back because of status, wondering if the dust has settled, wondering if your feelings remain the same. I just saw never jam today. They are worried that they'll never get the chance or the opportunity to express themselves to you. I just saw nature, communication, and clock, time pressure, and in a rush. Timing was a factor in the past. They recognize they should have sped up their intentions. They shouldn't have sat upon them for so long or delayed them so long. But now the time is not on their side. Time is still a factor. They still feel the pressure for communication, but they know that now is not the time to approach. Back of the deck says, I want to be a queen, stating your sovereignty, declaring freedom, and passing a test. And overall, this is speaking about the divine feminine. This is also just speaking about sovereignty in general and where they wanted to be in this connection, what they wanted to state. They wanted to state ownership. They wanted to state sovereignty in this connection. They wanted to express how they truly felt. Let's get some message cards here to see. Oops, I'll use the black deck today. I'm going to use the Eternal Messages deck for you today. What was left unsaid, please, for pile number 3? I have a gift for you. It's like I have an offering for you. They wanted to take you out. I feel like they wanted to ask you out. I'm speaking through songs. So they do feel like they did reveal themselves to you in minute ways or in ways that weren't 100% obvious. Maybe you guys shared playlists or shared songs and they were trying to express themselves in those ways in the past. But the thought of explaining myself and apologizing scares me. I don't want to see any pain that I may have caused in your eyes. They didn't want to cause rejections. They don't want to cause pain today. They didn't want to experience that. I do talk about you. I feel like they talked about you a lot in the past, but also in the capacity of the present. They may be expressing that this was a friendship or a missed opportunity. I hold back because I don't want to be rejected. And I miss being intimate with you. If they were never intimate with you, that is what they want to express. That is what they hope for as well. It says, don't think because we don't talk, I don't want to, because the fact is that I do. On the back of that deck. Let's get some message cards here for your pile 3. What was left unsaid for pile number 3, please? Whoop. Oh, we have, I want back into your life. This just doesn't feel right. Being in separation, I just saw this stresses me out as well. What do they wish that they could say? What was left unsaid between them, please? No time for a plan, I'm coming. And I would take you home to mom. Somebody who thinks that you could have had it all together. Could have had a commitment cycle. I'm scared of unavoidable change. Scared of tower moments. And hell hath no fury like a woman's scorn. So intimidated by the divine feminine. I feel great except when I don't. This is the divine masculine, the emperor for me, who is wearing masks in their environment. The truth is, you are everything. My nights are long and filled with you. And we also have this one showing itself. It's over, isn't it? And this is like the Ten of Swords, about over-emotional responses to that. They do not want that to be the case. Back of the deck, we have the clarity in this connection. Whoops. The clarity in this connection has been a blessing and a curse on the back of that deck. What was left unsaid, please, for pile number 3? Your love life has ascended to higher levels of commitment, but this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. So even if there are engagement cycles or more commitment cycles here, this person wishes that they had taken this to the next level. They feel like you could have been the one that got away, the one that slipped through their feeling or through their fingers. And they're also wishing for reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. I feel as though they want to come forward with an opportunity even now. And for someone watching, you may find that in the distant future, this person does pop up online or sends you a message on the internet to feel their way around, to see what you're experiencing in this connection and what you have been experiencing in this connection in the future. It doesn't feel over. It's not over for them. What was their last thought for pile number 3 in the bowl, please? The last thought they had about pile number 3. The Strength reversed, the 3 of Wands, and the 8 of Swords. Oh, they just want to be, they want an escape route from this prison that they've invented for themselves here. They are really thinking about expansion and how they can't expand right now. They don't have the strength or the capacity. They don't want to create that upheaval. They're afraid of it, but nothing's changed as far as the desire for more information or the desire for more in general. In the bowl today, we do have the Eiffel Tower falling over. We have I, L, and I. The heart chakra for the divine feminine as well, so perhaps holding the truth in your heart. We have lots of attraction next to a flower. I think of the forget-me-not. And we also have the sailboat reversed, the dime, the Canadian dime. I think of Libra, October, the 10th of any month. I also think a lack of closure. And somebody who's reconditioning or replaying events over and over and over in their mind when it comes to you, when it comes to healing. There's a feeling about watching you as well with this Star of Aquarius. Lots of attraction with the red lips. All right, pile number 3, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates with you. If it does, drop your comment below for a chance to win a free reading with me. You can also check out my link for Etsy for a personal reading if you feel called to, and I do update that shop daily. I also have links below for TikTok and for Instagram if you're interested in those channels. But I hope that you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day.